Hello, my name is Mike Risse. I'm one of the co-founders of MadEye. MadEye is a tool for making it easier to program remotely with other people. I'm going to go really quick through these because originally this was a 5-minute presentation. Remote coding is becoming more popular. There's tools like screen sharing and tmux, which are good for some people. There's a lot of these cloud IDEs, but most people don't want to develop entirely in the cloud yet. So we created MadEye. And I'm going to show you a quick video here of how MadEye works. So this is my friend Dan, who's a new Node.js programmer. And he's running the tests here, and he sees an error that he's never seen before. And he's about to remember that he can use MadEye to get help. So he's going to type MadEye here at the terminal, and it's going to give him 2 URLs. And he's going to share this second URL with me, and that's going to take the two of us to a Google Hangout. So this is MadEye. On the right here, you see a text editor where we can both edit at the same time, kind of like Google Docs. And on the left is a file tree. And you can see here that the file tree basically mirrors the contents of his local file system.
So I keep having this weird error when I run the tests.
OK, well, let's try running them and see what happens. So I'm going to click this, and it's going to open up a terminal, a shared terminal between me and Dan. And we're both going to be able to type in that terminal and see the same output together. So I'm going to run the exact same command, get exactly the same output, and I can figure it out.
I think I might be able to point us in the right direction. I think the problem is in this file.
So I noticed that when Dan moved to that file, that little blue box moved down with him. And that indicates that Dan is now editing file.js.
Looking somewhere inside this block right here.
So I can see Dan's box here and click on that, and it's going to just teleport me right to Dan's location. And I can see his selection, so I know just what part of the code he's talking about. I think this might be an issue.
Okay.
So let's just change this here. So when I press save here, it's actually going to save this file back down to Dan's file system, and I'm going to be able to run the tests again. And that should be good. Let's try running the tests again. All right, they passed.
All right, great, thank you.
Yeah, so that's MadEye. People have used it for remote pair programming, like you saw us doing, for teaching, and lots of other things. So, any questions? Awesome.
Woohoo!
Bracket completion? Oh, right. So the question was, will it autocomplete brackets and do syntax highlighting? And the answer is yes. We're using something called the ACE editor, and that gives you a lot of those kinds of things, syntax highlighting, intelligent tabs. It's not quite at the level of a native editor yet, but it's getting closer all the time.
Did you want to? Oh, OK. Any other questions?
All right. Yep.
Can you outline the main advantages over something like just Skype and DNC, something like that? Is it because it's such a user adoption issue with it, or
Yeah, that's a really good question. So can I outline the advantages over something like Skype and VNC? So that works really well for some people. Personally, I don't like watching other people scroll and stuff. And then there's also issues with just latency, right? And then one of the things with this is that there's 2 cursors, right? So we can both be editing just like Google Docs, right? 2 different parts of a file. I'm able to select text, and the other person can see it. So to me, at least, using something like screen sharing to do remote pair programming, it feels like I'm using an interface that was designed for 1 person, but with 2 people. And we're trying to build something that is like a sort of a multi-user interface from day one. But really, it's a matter of personal preference in the end. All right, thank you.